Hello and welcome to Invyt. Today I'm going to be showing you how the corporate workspace works on Invyt and how you can manage corporate events on this workspace. So here we can see a number of events that are already created. Over here I can create a new event, or I can select this button here to add a new event. And then at the bottom here you can see Teams. What Teams allows you to do is add team members to create and manage events with you. A member is able to create events, but they cannot publish them. They can also view event dashboards and be able to manage guests from here using the dashboard of each event. And the admin is the one that is able to publish those events. So you can have a team member or a number of team members creating an event and working collaboratively on creating that event. And once it's ready to be published, the admin can publish it. Or you can add someone else as an admin and they're able to create the event themselves and publish it. When you select these tiles, that takes you directly to the dashboard. So if we jump onto this event dashboard, here we can see this is quite a fresh event, so we're still at the share stage. It is telling you to share this link to start to get RSVPs. Once you've shared this link to your guests will be able to RSVP from the event, and we'll look at that shortly. But once the first RSVP lands, this dashboard moves to the responses stage. And whenever you open up the dashboard, you land on the responses stage rather than the share stage, and you start to see who's going, the number of responses, and the total head count if there are plus ones. Obviously, you'll see a larger head count than the number of responses if you are getting more plus ones. And at the bottom here, you're able to export your guest list. So that is all the RSVPs exported. And the summary allows you to see a summarized view of all the RSVPs, their messages, their dietary requirement summaries, and any answers to questions. There are also nicely displayed charts in the summary. So this is really an extract of all the information about the RSVPs that you can use for caterers, venues, and so on. Now let's go to look at the edit or the event editor. In the event editor here, we can see quite a nice layout. So you're literally working with the live event itself or the live view of the event, and you have inline editing. You're able to make modifications directly from here. You can add details, you can add more information. Now this is a pre-created event I wanted to use to show you, so I don't have to create the event from scratch. But you're able to change the cover photo, you're able to add a cover photo if it's a new event. And you can see here you can enable the logo as well. So if it will be defaulted as the business name, but you can add your logo as well. Your logo gets added from the dashboard, the main workspace, and you can just enable that here. You can also resize, make it smaller or bigger, resize your logo. Depending on the logo, some people prefer a small one, some people prefer larger. And you can remove it and keep it as just the business name itself. Now over to the left here, we can see the editor of the event. In the editor here, you're able to see all the details of the event itself, and you can manage certain aspects of the RSVP form as well. So if you go further down, you can see I can drag and drop these sections. So if I drag and drop the about below, you can see the agenda moved above, or I can put the about back on the top. So I can reorganize these, and I can also disable them if I don't want certain components to be included. Next part is the event date. So if I selected the date here, it shows me the date and time picker, and I'm able to select the date and time of that event. And again, I'm able to make changes to the venue from here as well. And the get direction takes users to the maps to be able to get directions to the venue location. Further down is the templates. This allows me to make changes to the template itself. So you can see different templates, different looks of the template, and I can move between different templates like so. Now obviously you can start to create the event and see all the details and populate all the information. And if you don't like the template, you don't have to start from scratch. You can literally just change the template from here and you got a new template instantly. Next part is the dietary requirements. So if you're collecting dietary needs or you're catering to your guests, Then you can select the enable the dietary requirements, and what this does is enables a dietary requirement section on the RSVP form where guests can provide their dietary needs. Now I'll show you once we reach that stage what that looks like. Additional guests is currently set to 0. You generally want to set this to 0 if you want to capture the details, or if you're asking questions, you want to capture the answers per guest. So you're not going to allow +1s and you don't know the details of the +1s. You will set this to 0, so everybody, including the +1s, will have to RSVP themselves. Or you can set that to a specific number if you like. Next part is the questions. You're able to add questions to your event RSVP form, and in here you're able to provide the questions. So you have a number of choices, for example, short answer, long answer, single choice, or multi-choice. You can also set the question to required. This just means that the question cannot be, or the RSVP cannot be submitted without the answer to that question. So we'll remove one of them and just add, how are you attending? For example, this is one I can think of on the fly, and we'll set that as required, and we'll see that shortly. If we select save and update and leave that, I'll show you the live event shortly. Next one is add music. So you're able to actually add music to your event as well. So when users or your guests view your event, there is a play button. They can play the music while they're reading through the information. We have a choice of different sets of music you can play. And the next part is the private access code. So if you want extra privacy, by default, the link is the only way people can access this event. Now, if you want to share this link between a select group of people, then you can do that. But if you're worried about people sharing internally, so you've shared to 20 people and the 20 people shared it with other people and you want to lock it, you're able to do that as well using the private access code. So this allows the event to be locked. Users cannot open up the event at all. The first thing they land on is provide your access code. And when they provide the access code, they're able to see the entire event. You can regenerate this if there is ever a need to. We've never had people regenerate. It's generally the first code. It gets shared with the guest. So you share the link, then you share the code separately, and they're able to access it. Or you can remove it if you choose to do so. Next part is the preview. This will give you a nice preview of the event. We'll just jump straight to the live though. So if we click view live, this takes us to the live event, and you can see it's nicely animated. So if we start to scroll down, you can start to see the information about the event, all of the details, and this is how you're able to also add or view the details of the program. So if I close back up this one, I'll show you what that looks like here. So you can see the time. The time is almost like a free text, which allows you to set, for example, you can say AM and you can add a specific day as well, say Saturday or whatever. Or you can use this one here. So let's just say Saturday, 14th May, and so on. So this makes it easier for you to write in such format. It's not rigid and strict to a certain format. The same goes for the time. So you could say morning, for example, or something like that if you want to change the way you display times. And again, you can add sessions, or you can add another day. If this event is a multi-day, you add another day and add the activities of that day, like so. Now, further down, we can see the highlights. So you can add highlights in here. You can add more than a number of highlights as you see fit, and that just allows you to insert certain highlights about the event. Next part is the speakers. Now you can add speakers. You can add the speaker's name, their title, and a brief description. Now you can reuse these for other things. So maybe you don't want to add the title, you want to add something else in here. You can do that too. This is also a free text. And you can obviously add multiple speakers if you have many speakers that are going to be speaking during this event. Next part is the logistics. Again, here you can make changes to these cards. You can add and remove cards, and you can make updates directly from here. So you can change pretty much everything inline. And the next part, if I change this template because I used darker or lighter logos, I'll show you this one here. This one is the logo. So if you're doing this collaboratively with other organizations, or you're partnering with other organizations to do this work or to host this event, you can add their logos and the name of those from here as well. Again, also you can make the changes inline. And if we go further down, this is the frequently asked questions. So you can also modify these. And if you need to add a link to a certain piece of text, you can do that. You can add bullet points, numbers, italics, and bold. And finally, the RSVP. This is how guests will be able to RSVP. So we've done all the work here. Let's jump straight to the live event and show you the RSVP form. So if I select RSVP now, you can see here it's pre-highlighted the name field for me, and I can set I'll be there, add my name, my email, and provide the plus ones. I can put their details as well. And then further down, I can see the dietary requirements, and in here you can see at the bottom, as I select the dietary requirements, they are populated like so. Now, if there are any other allergies or other requirements, we can insert that in free text here. Next part is the questions. So if you remember, we asked a question about how are you attending when we were creating the event. This is where guests will be able to answer your question. And the guests are able to also leave a custom message for you. So this is really how Invyt corporate event works. If we go back to view dashboard, on the dashboard here, we can see all of the details start to populate as guests start to RSVP. We have now reached the end of our video. If you require access to our corporate workspace, I will add a link in the description below. That'll allow you to submit the request and we'll be able to create your workspace for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at support@invyt.io. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, again, add them in the comments section or email us for more details.